Nam-Myoho-Renge-Kyo. We're reading the Basics of Buddhism by Pat Allwright, and today's chapter is the true entity of all phenomena. This is my favorite one because it talks about the 3,000 realms, which will make more sense to you as we go on, okay? So, the true entity of all phenomena. And here's a quote here. It says, "Life at each moment encompasses both body and spirit and both self and environment of all sentient beings. In every condition of life, as well as in sentient beings, plants, sky and earth, on down to the most minute particles of dust. Life at each moment permeates the universe and is revealed in all phenomena. One awakened to this truth itself embodies this relationship." So, ever since we human beings became conscious of our existence on this planet, we have asked ourselves such questions as, why are we here? How can we make sense of our existence in this world? What is life all about? During the last century, physicists and mathematicians have been searching for one law which encompasses all laws, which is referred to as the theory of everything. They have yet to find an answer. The search for answers to these questions have also naturally been the pursuit of Buddhist scholars. In observing the nature of life, one sees constant change. However, life also manifests an overall consistency. What is the law which unifies and encompasses this constant state of flux? In Buddhism, this is referred to as the true entity of all phenomena. The word entity is used here to mean all encompassing wholeness, that which embraces all the seemingly separate parts. The Lotus Sutra refers to the true entity of all phenomena like this: "The true entity of all phenomena can only be understood and shared between Buddhas. This reality consists of the appearance, nature, entity, power, influence, inherent cause, relation, latent effect, manifest effect, and their consistency from beginning to end." This list of the different modes of reality is called the 10 factors. These 10 factors or aspects of life are common to all beings. They are: number 1, appearance or form, the physical aspect of life. Number 2, nature, mind, spirit, and character. Number 3, entity, life itself. This factor unites the first two. These first three factors signify the physical and spiritual reality of life. The following 6 factors describe the way in which life operates. Number 4, power, inherent energy. Number 5, influence, the effect of one's power on the outer world. Number 6, inherent cause, our inner tendency to react in habitual ways. Number 7, relation or external cause. An external cause acts as a stimulus with which we interact. The combination of inherent cause and relation triggers 2 effects. Number 8, latent effect, an unseen effect lodged in the depths of one's life. And number 9, manifest effect, the actual appearance of latent efforts. Factors 6 to 9 describe the way in which we change from moment to moment and defines the mechanics of karma. So, number 10, consistency from beginning to end. This means that all the factors are consistent with one another. To see how the 4 factors of cause and effect work, let us consider the example of a thief. The inherent cause for his stealing might be excessive greed. This is activated when he sees an open window and money on a table. That's relation. He reaches inside to take the money. He appears to get away with it, but does he? He has engraved further in his life the tendency or latent effect of greed and dishonesty. The manifest effort of being stolen from himself, for instance, or being caught and locked up in jail, may take time to appear, but definitely will appear at some time, perhaps even in a future lifetime. Like the saying, once a thief, always a thief, the 10th factor, consistency from beginning to end, means that he will always be at the mercy of his greed unless he makes a dedicated effort to change his karma. Consistency from the beginning to the end also means that all factors are consistent with each other at any given time. The thief's physical appearance will betray devilish to others. His mind will be cunning. His life will be self-centered. His power and influence will be detrimental to society. His causes and effect will be consistent with his greedy nature, of course, at other times. For instance, when at home with his family, his 10 factors could be expressed quite differently as he demonstrates his love and affection. Life is constantly changing. The theory of the 10 factors show how it changes. It is not easy to grasp because all 10 factors, only physical appearance manifest effect, are visible. The others are unseen or sometimes been seen and unseen. For instance, in the case of the money on the table, the money is visible to the relationship the thief has with it or not. To see how the 10 factors explain change, let's consider another example. A young man is walking along the street listening to his Walkman. He could be in rapture listening to the sound of his favorite music. His mind would be completely immersed in this. His physical appearance would be inwardly looking, perhaps totally oblivious to those around. His power and influence would be very limited at this moment, since he would be in a world of his own. Suppose someone laid a hand on his arm to stop him and asked for directions. This would be an external cause or relation. His reaction changes his state of life. He may lash out thinking he's being attacked, showing both fear and anger engraved deeply in his life, inherent cause. But instead, he takes his headphones off, smiles, and patiently explains the direction. He's a nice guy. Tranquility as inherent cause. This has its effect, latent and manifest. He gets a nice smile and thank you, manifest effect. He feels good inside, latent effect. All of his other factors change at that moment as observed in his physical appearance, which would be open and animated. The 10 factors are part of a total theory of the mechanics of life, termed 3,000 realms in a monetary existence of life. Ichisen Sanzin. The figure 3,000 is arrived by multiplying the 10 states, the 3 realms, and the 10 factors. Each of the 10 states contained within itself the potential to express all 10 states, making 100 life conditions. These are expressed in all 3 realms, thus giving 3,000 conditions. 300 conditions. The 10 factors of life make the total up to 3,000 realms in each moment of existence. The 6th century Chinese Buddhist scholar Thich Tai explained the doctrine of the 3,000 realms in a momentary existence of life, based on an exhaustive study of the Lotus Sutra. This theory explains how life at each moment changes in many different ways, while at the same time maintaining an overall consistency. This means that each individual life permeates the universe in 3,000 ways, and thus 3,000 changing aspects of the universe are contained in each individual. His analysis clarified the true entity of all phenomena taught in the Lotus Sutra. The figure 3,000 is not intended to be used as a mathematical formula. Rather, it indicates the many complex and dynamic ways in which life interacts. It signifies that the existence of life and death is common to all things, including insentient life. Most importantly, there is no fundamental difference between a Buddha or an ordinary person. When Shakyamuni first taught the 10 factors in the Expedient Means chapter of the Lotus Sutra, it was revolutionary. Prior to this, it was taught that people were stuck in the same life state, such as hell or anger, at least for the present lifetime. The 10 factors means, in essence, that everyone can attain Buddhahood, because everyone, Buddha and common mortal alike, possesses these 10 factors. The ultimate goal of our Buddhist practice is to establish Buddhahood as our basic life tendency, thereby transforming ourselves and our environment. Shakyamuni taught the Lotus Sutra in a subjective way, that is, he taught through his enlightened experience of life. Thich Tai is the doctrine of the 3,000 realms in a momentary existence of life, taught by more abstract physiological means. He advocates meditation on this region of the unfathomable in order to arrive at an enlightened life condition. In practice, the number of people who can achieve this was extremely limited. Nichiren Buddhism in the 13th century Japan wanted all people to be enlightened to the true entity of all phenomena. He called the Buddha of the true cause because he revealed the true entity of all phenomena to be nam-myo-ho-renge-kyo. He explained that the fundamental cause for attaining enlightenment is chanting nam-myoho-renge-kyo. Furthermore, he crystallized the doctrine of the 3,000 realms in a momentary existence of life in the Gohonzon, thereby giving us a graphic representation of the true entity of all phenomena. How many times do I have to say that? Anyway, by chanting Nam-Myoho-Renge-Kyo to the Gohonzon every day, we draw forth and strengthen our Buddha state, dispensing with the need for difficult meditation or ways of life which are removed from society. The Lotus Sutra says that the true entity of all phenomena can only be understood and shared between Buddhas. This is because ultimately we have to experience it in order to understand it. Many people tend to think that the true entity or laws exist in an abstract form which governs phenomena, a form such as God. However, Buddhism teaches that the true entity does not exist apart from phenomena. All phenomena are themselves the true entity, seen from an enlightened life condition. When we put Nichiren Daishonin's teachings into practice, we experience the theory of 3,000 realms in a momentary existence of life as a reality. We experience our lives permeating the universe, and the universe is being contained within us. This harmony and integration influences our environment limitlessly. Daisuke Akida has underlined the importance of answering the fundamental questions of life. In order for human beings to live lives worthy of their humanity, they must return to a cognizance of their nature as part of the universal life force and must regard this as the basis of all their actions. Once they have adopted this attitude, they will be able to create the sense of value that is urgently needed today. This sense of value will give paramount place to life itself, and it will devote major concerns to solving the questions involved with life, for these are the ones that determine the answers to all other questions. Interesting. Until next time, where we'll be talking about the entity of life. Until tomorrow, people. Nam-myoho-renge-kyo.